with one of the great producers of our era. Alright chat, time to turn our eyes to game 2 here. Top Esports closed out the game after what was looking to be a little bit dicey after Rookie in particular got to a very scary point on the Lucian and Photic on that. Ziggs was becoming a bit of a terror, but a couple misplays, a Baron. The game was Top Esports for the taking. Bans now coming on through the LeBlanc, the Rumble, no surprise into Rookie and Shanji. It does feel like the LeBlanc is one of those picks that Rookie can still arm wrestle a game into NIP's favor regardless of the rest of a draft, the rest of a comp, and the Rumble. Well, Shanji was playing it before it was meta, and you just cannot give that man that champion. Tristana away as well. On the other side, Renekton away from 369, the Lilia, the Ashe, two very big picks here in the current meta as well. NIP with the first pick available. Leona's up, could look towards the Lucian again, of course. Rookie did have a really solid game on it outside of that one unfortunate pick-off that cascaded everything apart. Let's see where this goes. Oh. But, let's see what the responses make up, of course. Big old Leona player, has been one of the very best of that champion in the LPL. Certainly look to lock in here alongside maybe something like the Zeri has been an increasing flex option. Mostly the likes of UCal, interestingly, who've been really prioritizing it, but can still look towards it. Corki's also up and available, and that might be a pick that could be considered. Depends whether they want to take something to match or something that could be a flex slash its own thing. The Zeri and the Corki that I was calling out. Currently the debates. We'll decide to lock in the Zeri, a flex pick for those of a discerning playstyle.
Get ourselves into now NIP's response. Rookie has that Lucian, of course, already highlighted that one. And we have seen, of course, the Zeri is fine into Lucian in the mid lane, so that can very much be a flex pick. Shandy goes back towards the cannon. He's had this cannon pick before. It's not always worked out for him, so... I mean, you're basically saying 369, if you're going to play that tank, it will be a Leandri's cannon, it'll do fine there, but Shanji has very typically played towards that and not gotten value out of it.
At least Aki, for me, is back on the Sejuani, a champion I consider to be one of the very best that he has available to him, and it is a little bit more comfortable. If you can lock in something with a little bit more additional lockdown, you can feel pretty good. You're missing out on the melee synergies, don't get me wrong, unless, of course, that Lucian is flexed towards bot lane, but who does that these days? See where that comes on in. The Ezreal locked in here for Top Esports. If this was Europe, that could be a flex. Might still be, I suppose, but we're still expecting the Zeri mid and the Ezreal bot, considering who the players are here.
Yeah, Zeri is a better matchup into the Lucian right now because you can take that barrier, trade very heavily early on. Though, weirdly, it's only really UCal that's doing that in terms of the barrier tech. Cream, pretty sure he'll be happy to just scale up, wave clear. Lucian doesn't really have as much kill threat onto you. Lucian is very good into Corki, but you can definitely pick other AD carries into him and do fine. It feels like the Corki is the best matchup for Lucian, and that's where we saw it come around. And Rookie, he has a lot to prove now. That first game, he could have carried him, I think, in some ways. I think he could have done. He was the one person that could kill the front line. He didn't have a single clean team fight after he got picked off. And for a player of such stature, of such notoriety, that is not what he would want for himself. It has been a lot of that this summer where he's not really been able to carry in the same way he could have done before.
And then you've also got to call out other members. Shanji getting caught in the side lane, calling that teleport in. Joel messing up a number of critical engages, messing up flash quickness plays, you know. Yeah. There's a lot there that makes it a lot harder for the Lucian to play a team fight out, and generally speaking, NIP in those clutch late game moments fall apart, get scared, and don't find what they're looking for. What are they now looking to pick in blind? 369 might just take the Xante and deal with the miserable matchup.
Yeah, it's fine. Like, you get dunked on a little bit, but if you survive through to your first back, where you get, like, Merc Treads, and particularly once you get Kaenic Rooken, that matchup becomes much more manageable. It can be pretty fine after that point. So NIP, they're now looking towards their bot lane. They have an individual winning top lane. You will be against the Ezreal Leona in that bot side, with the last pick jungler. Typically, you don't see the last pick of that jungler, so very different there from Top Esports. They do go towards that Senna. It's one of Photic's real legendary picks. Photic and PP God back on V5 were potentially the best Senna Tomkins duo in the world. They go towards that Senna on. It gives them some of that extra engage, so now they have triple engaged threats with some decent damage coming through from all of their lanes. Photic on Dwarf, this is a classic for them.
Could debate an Ivern here, speaking of people who can do some dunking. If you're going to dunk on the Xante, why not look at a dunk master of your own and work from there. That basketball skin on Ivern is a terror. But some debate still being had. We'll wait to see what TN decides he is going to lock in here. Having seen the comp decide they can get
Okay.
away without the additional AP damage, and we go towards the Ivern to add in more frontline and more enhancement, I guess, for the side. Enchantment for the Dragon Age fans among you, for Cream and Jackie Love.
I don't know if I love that. You are now playing double frontline versus 2.5 frontline because Daisy also counts, but you know, one team has mixed damage, the other one doesn't. Ezreal and Zeri do have some magic damage in their kit, but it's not going to be enough to deal with Aki and Draw if they get themselves ahead of the game. So what Top Esports will have to showcase is their ability to circumvent these tanks somehow. Either isolate them in the front line so it's not even damage being traded for even damage, or get to the carries at the right kind of point when you do have that solar flare. Both teams can do the same thing though, because there is also the threat of a flank teleport from the cannon and also that Ornn ultimate. NIP, I feel like they've come ahead slightly ahead in the draft, but they will need to show it in their gameplay because they had a lead in that last game and they let that slip away. And they were just bluntly out-team fought in that macro.
Looks like Top Esports got a comp that can kite backwards so well with a lot of their picks and then look for that re-engagement. Gen G would probably do quite well with a comp like that if they chose to play those champions, and see how it works. You win on the second, on the third rotation, called off, necessarily on that initial burst, and your ability to jump backwards until someone goes too far and then turn around with the Ezreal, the Zeri, and their continual damage and ability to chase you down whatever the terrain may be could prove a bit scary here if NIP overstep, and right, they often have when they're looking to end games. You can see the game score and the games that they have been losing start to get to them a little bit, at least in terms of what I've been seeing on the Rift.
So, NIP, this series, like so many, so important for them. 0-5, looking for their first win in a series. They'd have to claw back from 0-1.
Fans here in force as ever in the LPL. Little bit of a grouping up here at level 1. Tien looking to see whether someone was unwisely sitting in a bush they shouldn't have had, and there would have been a root caller to bring him down. Actually, they know where Joy is. He needs to be a little bit wary of the root caller. Gets away with it. I thought that was going to land, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, level 1 plan from Top Esports could have started things off on very much the worst foot forward for NIP, because you do not want to be giving early advantages. Top Esports, they do have a really good front-to-back comp. It's just the problem with having less magic damage to bring to bear. They've now opted in to have 369 with the exhaust. It's not double exhaust, but that makes some sense to me. It's hard to exhaust the Lucian as he's dashing around, because often he'll space himself away from that Kasante, and you always want to be putting it on the cannon until possible. Aki's going to go in. Tian might just smite the first camp. He spotted him walking in here.
So they know what's happening, and Tien's going to walk on over. See, it's not taking that long here.
So the mark is already there. He can smite this away if he puts the... Well, he doesn't have vision. If he'd have to walk into the brush, spots it now, and he spites it away. No. Like I said, Aki's now wasted his time. The mark went down. You can just immediately kill that camp with the smite. He gets that away. He's going to leave the mark on the Raptors to mature. And Tien, sadly, for Aki, gets away with that first clear.
And I get that wanting to interrupt the Ivern clear can be nice, because he has such a weird old first. He's just a weird champion in general. Unless you're a proponent of the champion or a team that knows what's going on with it, can sometimes end up being caught off guard a little bit by what Ivern is doing in those early first clear moments.
Top Esports, that's a good start for them, so Tien will be able to potentially even get into like the other side of the map at this point. Tien going to watch his mid laner use that barrier. Now suddenly, in the late game, if you have Trigger Seed and you have barrier, and then you also have 369 and Mako, who are the gods of peel, making space for you. Cream could just pentakill in this game. This is the kind of game where Zeri pentakills, because you have so many heals and shields and people protecting for you that NIP need to find perfect combos. Even if the cannon gets on top of you, there's an exhaust there, which makes it even harder for you to carry.
Honest question. Does Senna need to consider lethality in like a Serpentine this game?
You need a Serpentine. Yes, that's a great question. I think that's good job, Sam. Yep, that is one of those things where sometimes you're sat there like saying, okay, but you know, just go towards your typical build. Yeah, you need a Serpentine, 100%. That's a great call. Photic is the person who's going to apply that most readily. You can do that with the ultimate, importantly too. So you can do that at the start of the team fight. There's nothing to block that. Yeah, that would be huge value.
I could see that being something potentially of an option, especially if you get like Immortal Shield buff stuff on top of it. Yeah, no, we'll see whether that becomes decision making there, but Glad to see brothers Hapgood 1 and 2 both see the value there at least.
You've heard of Ogre 1 and Ogre 2. Get ready for Hapgood 1 and Hapgood 2.
I was always bad with a sniper in Halo. Don't make me do this.
Well, yeah, we'll see whether any of the snipes can come through from these 280 carries. Jackal hits his CC, well, hits his skill shots. Mako tanky enough, but that's still a lot of damage on the Leona.
Yeah, both supports chunked out there. There is still pots in inventory though, so it shouldn't matter that much as TM walks on up. It's got the level 4, of course, because Ivern clears at a remarkable pace at level 1. Aki will throw out his ever-present random question mark emote as Mako goes in again, gets hit by the last embrace, will be in danger as Joel will searing charge away as he's being seared by an ignite.
Jaculov using that early press the attack and making sure that he's hitting. If you hit the WE and then a Q combo, you get like a huge amount of attack speed very early on. I think it's like 10% per stack or something like that. So the Ezreal early on with his passive stacked and then also the press the attack is a real early game damage threat. A lot of people just thought, oh, he's a safe farmer. No, if you trade well with Ezreal, particularly when you're proccing the Sunlight passive from Leona so much, he is a huge damage threat.
Essence fucks the W. What is the passive for Ezreal? I always forget the name of it.
Ezreal passive.
Ezreal passive. Ah, that's what it is. You know, I don't know the rest of them. It's one of those ones where I go and learn it every time I see Ezreal and then forget again by the time he's next in the game. And considering he's in the game quite a lot right now, it's saying a lot about my memory in general as rookie. It's the passive auto there from Cream.
Oh no, I would remember this. So the way I used to remember this is because it was in Legends of Runeterra. It's Rising Spell Force.
Of course it is.
So he gets 10%, but he gets 10% attack speed per stack, stacking up to 5 times. Yeah. So if you hit an ultimate onto like 5 people, you come in with 50% attack speed right from the start. Which means that you got to use your auto attacks, folks.
And a lot of Ezreal players who are perhaps, shall we say, in the lower ends of Elo, forget that Ezreal is more than his ability to Q. And a good Ezreals will be able to get in a lot of auto attacks. He gets so much attack speed if you can make that happen. As Photic has done what a lot of the good LCS centers do, which is roam up top to claim a little bit of something on the shoves on it.
That's true, but also I would just say Photic has done that for a long time before them too. It's one of his best picks. 369 has Tian in the back pocket. He gets himself a bit of a healing through there as well. Tian could give him that trigger seed, but this is what you do. You send Senna into a lane where she can hit the enemy champion, and that means you get a lot of souls through that. You get to pick up that. Draw is left alone on the bot side, but there's still an Ornn.
Tries to buffer through the Zenith blade, but Draw takes so much damage. Mako just tanks the tower shot. Joe not quite dead yet, though. Still going to be a little bit afraid. Mako may be forced to trade on out. It's Jack who takes the aggro because he has more HP. That's a clean old die. Top side, oh no. That should have been the strong side. Photic chunked out. The all out goes 369. TN flashes on forwards. Q3 onto Photic. Untofo strikes and you're out. It's a different old ball game in the top lane.
The ninjas have been assassinated. Top esports, they take their head off clean at the shoulders, winning in bot side and top side. This is one of the worries that we've had about Shanji on the cannon. This hasn't been one of his comfort picks. Earlier into the first draft, talking about, oh, well, Rookie could have carried that first game. Yeah, I think that maybe the conversation gets a bit tilted about NIP. Yes, Rookie is the person that maybe can carry this team, but he has to because the rest of the team is struggling. Shanji, he doesn't get his Rumble anymore. His Cassante is also a bit more niche as well, and he gets into losing lane matchups. He's tried to pull out the cannon. He's tried the Shyvana recently. It hasn't worked for him. Rookie's going to get out safely here. And, you know, the whole team of NIP has struggled for comfort, and when they get themselves onto comfort, even then it feels like it's in a bad position in the draft. NIP, this is not the same team that we saw in spring. The meta shift has absolutely decked them, and they're losing on both sides of the map here. This is unacceptable.
You got to do better than that. You had the flash. You could have gotten away with that one. And instead, it all goes so very wrong.
No, that was worse flash usage than the DC Extended Universe. I don't know what else to say about that. You know, Photic now gets it there, and I mean, yes, someone called the Justice League. They need the hero back.
That caught me by surprise. They do get a kill topside, so maybe the Snyder version is the better take. You know, they
the Snyder cut.
That's the Snyder cut right there. There you go.
We'll see if that one makes it to a Cinnamon Europe, whether it goes straight to streaming services. Top esports, they lose their top laner, but there will be a teleport back in. NIP
Disney Plus.
Yeah, well, I'm Nymaera. Welcome to the Disney Channel. So top esports, they finally lose themselves a kill on that top side. It's something Aki does have 6. They could, well, I don't know. You don't really want to go into a full HP.
Got no ult, no exhaust, no flash. It's just a flesh wound. Aki needs to get on out here as they're summoning up Daisy, and the passive comes on through, and instead. Oh, no. He did, in fact, have a team, though, as Jack donated it.
Brave Sir Aki bravely ran away. And, See, the problem is, if he was in Monty Python and the Holy Grail, he wouldn't actually have a boar. He'd just have a couple of coconuts.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Clapping for it. But
I want that Pharrell. I just want a dude walking by.
It is confirmed that Aki has more budget than Monty Python did in that movie. Top esports, this early game has been destructive. The thing is, if your cannon is now behind and you don't get to the point where you can team fight effectively, you don't get to use this composition. Top esports, they're in such a flow state right now. They're winning on all sides of the map.
What's the average in-game move speed of an unladen jungler?
Depends if you have Gust Walker or not, I guess. That's what'll get you across the chasm of doom.
Oh boy.
For those of you who haven't watched Monty Python and the Holy Grail,
watch it.
I apologize. Also, go watch it. It's great, and plus we're probably going to be referencing now
for the rest of the game.
For the rest of this cast.
We can do this.
Yeah, Aki decides to let us not go to top lane. 'Tis a silly place. Goes down very, very easily, and Jaculov gets himself probably the arrow from the tower, flies out and kills that jungler on the top side.
Supreme executive kill orders are derived from the masses of players on your screen. As you can see, more players were around, and Jaculov could support from down damage in a 4v1.
I'm your jungler. Well, I didn't vote for you.
There's no vote to kick in League of Legends. I'm sorry, you know.
Coaches throwing picks and chaps like there's no meaning of governance. Okay, well, again, real apologies. If you haven't watched that film,
You're
probably
missing out.
gonna be a weird old 5 to 10 minutes for you joining the other side. God, NIP, they need to get themselves to a point where their front line is in order and they can start diving the back line, but it's not going to get to that point if it's how it's playing out right now.
Oh, boy, he's in danger. Help! He's being oppressed! Rookie goes on in, one of the best mid laners in the world, claims a kill. I've lost my co-caster.
Cream, he goes down for the first death, blows both the summoners, dies anyway. There's a dragon to be slain, so our knights will start to roam towards that one as well.
Huge tracts of lands and turret plates to be claimed. I need to pay attention. Daisy's going on forwards and so much damage. He wants to sing, but I don't know whether he's going to be allowed to. It's a very different style of movie. Violence comes on through, and Sir Jaculov claims that one in a moment of unspeakable violence.
Yeah, there's no elk in this game. Got to watch out for the moose instead, I suppose.
Were you bitten by a moose once?
I don't know. It feels like Top East was the ones doing the biting in this game. They're going to get themselves the dragon as well. The beast of claimed on the bot side as Top Esports. They have lost a kill or two, but they're still healthily ahead in gold and getting themselves there. NIP.
Is that what that little cloud symbol on the wall actually reads us? Just
Yeah.
Okay.
That's your old calligraphy for you. 369 being put down a little bit, but he's got himself to Spectre's Cowl in the Moat Treads now. And that's completely fine. 369, very happy to keep playing his front line. He's starting to teleport on his Rookie. Rookie has that Kraken Sled. Rookie in a point of power where he can start damaging down. There's no armor on this top side. He has good physical damage here to maybe start taking down the Cassandra, but he's maybe too late. He's voted caught out again.
Oh, maybe looking for a bit more damage. 369 in danger. Gets hit by the piercing darkness, and Rookie is here. Fetchel of Ash, they can look for that engage here. They already had a mid laner, it's a very nice one. And they can look to kill off 369 as this castle is under siege.
They're stood on the ramparts of a Rookie being all outed by 369. The shield comes through, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Oh, it's Cassandra, it's all over.
Stupid NIP Canigans, they try to get that kill and they can't quite get it. Finally falls. And we're on a mission from God who says, get on with it in the top lane. They finally bring him down.
Top Esports, they have the knight as the logo. It only makes sense that they play like that in the top lane as well. 369 gets so much more value because he gets that trigger seed. And Rookie, he almost gets himself that play he was waiting for again. He is the physical damage in this early game, which could have maybe thrown the magic resist building tanks of Top Esports for a loop, but it just doesn't come through. And Top Esports, they have, again, shown that they can outplay in these scenarios. The gold lead has not really expanded for Top Esports. This is still a composition which I feel like NIP have better value for, and with a 1,000 gold lead from Kennen, it's not over at all like that first game when you feel like, oh, the scaling's coming online. NIP have late game options here.
They do. Zhor, mid lane, doing his very best to be as defensive as we can, and at a moment of madness, I'm still wiping tears out of my eyes. We're having some fun, guys. Co-streams allow us to have a little bit of fun. Let's follow the replay, because this was a wild old dive.
Yeah, once again, you can see that NIP, they have a cutting plan as they try to go for the envelopment around the tower. But what top esports have found is that they can just go attack one side of it. The tower will block their retreat, and Rookie is there as the damage. This is the mistake from Nymaera.
Trojan Lucian.
The Trojan Lucian. And you see they'll pounce out. But what if we build a giant rabbit instead? Rookie, he does have the damage, but this is where things get really quite obnoxious. You get the exhaust onto him, you get the trigger seed, the Omnivamp comes through. That's a death onto Mako. Mako has not really been having the most fun of times things.
They were looking towards bot lane, thinking they had an option, and it was all a lie. They were following the, well, the Rookie-shaped beacon, and in fact, it was all a lie. Someone put it up there, and it was a bait.
I mean, we're really going quite deep into it right now. At some point, we're going to start being like going on an extended round. We'll just have to get on with it after that point.
I went for that one. It's a great call. See whether we end up with the British police force coming to find out who murdered some random historian.
My favourite thing about that movie is that they ran out of money in the Monty Python and the Holy Grail, and they had to then just cut the movie short. Instead of having a battle scene, everyone gets arrested by the police instead. Fantastic.
Well, they'll back away for now. Arthur, King of the Britons, not appearing in this game. Sir not appearing in this game.
How do you know he's a king? What's the not covered in crap.
Yeah.
Oh god. Okay, top esports. They have themselves 3 kills on Jackalove. That's a problem. I was looking across the rest of the map and saying, okay, well, Shandy's got 1,000 gold lead. He'll be able to deal with the Xante fairly well. 369's gone for the Hollow Radiance, so we have a bit more pushing power in that side lane and be able to clear and roam towards those fights as Exhaust is coming back off cooldown. Top esports, if they can get a big kill, a big play around this Herald, that could maybe accelerate the game for them more. Rookie is still at a point of power, though. If Rookie has a good fight... Oh, he's not going to have a good fight at all! Just as we say it, the caster curse comes through and Rookie dies at such an important moment!
Oh, the Trigger Seed and the Root Caller do everything they require it to do. He gets caught out there. No way to dash on out, and he's just dead to rights. Such an unfortunate pickoff.
Oh, Rookie's been put into the oven. He's cookie now. He's been snapped and crumbled by top esports. They can't defend this turret. They've got a Herald to go towards Mako going in onto that Root Caller.
Well, they've been fed, and the cookie monsters of top esports have found a few more in the pantry they'd like to gobble on up, and they pick up a very spicy one in Shanji. Photic nearly goes down. 369 can't land. Down in Topher Strike Part 3. Pull away with 2 kills and a tower to their name.
It feels like just kind of sad that we don't have Aurora, so we can't have the Killer Bunny Rabbit as well. It could have also like got a Cottontail Fizz or something.
The sharp pointy teeth.
The sharp pointy teeth sinks into NIP sadly, and I feel like Top East wants to put a target onto Rookie, and this is he does. The thing is, he doesn't see the skill shot coming up the wall. I don't know whether I'd love to see Fog of War for that when he would have come out straight out of that wall and put him straight into the coffin. Top esports, they get themselves that Herald. They needed really to get this fight because it feels like without that mixed damage going into the tanks of the Ornn and Sejuani, the game could get quite difficult, but this has not been the case now. They've lost all of the big fights, and yes, you see that Shanji came in to do some work, but it's just not enough. And the cannon now dies as well for the trouble.
And the tower had fallen by the time he pressed R, and no one else could really follow up. I don't necessarily think that for all the flashiness, it got all that much value. So 2-2-1 might still be useful, and Rookie at 3 kills can still do some work this game, but this kind of combo gets horrifying. Redemption comes on through for a Q, will not be found, and the Solar Flare also goes wide as Photic pulls the flash.
It almost gets a kill with the Redemption as Photic forced the flash, cleanse, he's out of the play, and Top esports, they are waiting on Rookie to do something because Shanji and Photic aren't doing the legwork. He's not managing to bring up that damage either, sadly, because Top esports have just said, alright, let's just put all the focus onto these carries when they're out of position. Top esports, 2,500 gold lead, Herald to use Summer as well. They've taken their mid lane out of turret, they've broken all the outer ring of turrets, and NIP, it's going to make it much harder for them to find those flank teleports onto that cannon. If that cannon can get a flank teleport, that can be the big play. I just don't think they're going to easily find it now.
And also, credit to TN as well, having a really good Ivan game. I think the last time I remember seeing this was against T1, and it wasn't pretty. He got taken apart in that game. Owner was making his life absolutely miserable, and this is a much, much better showing. It's nice to see another side to Top esports. We've often relied on TN to be an MVP candidate. He could still be this one, but from a very different style of play here, being that hyper-scaling enchanter, that additional frontline player, and the weird hybrid that Ivan often is.
And, you know, that Ivern is going to be a real pain in the arse there for NIP because they're just really struggling to get damage done anyway. You can see that Shanji was kind of... He's not gone for the bursty build. He's gone for the Leandries, which is better in the tank matchup. But still bursty enough. It's just... it's not the maximum amount, and he's already struggling. And then next time that exhaust comes out, it's going to get even worse. 369 can hold on to that. He's doing fine in the individual lane matchup.
We're calling out that maybe Top Esports could run into some damage profile issues if the game started to get stalled out or the game came in even. Jackie's got 4 kills, being donated some from True Shot Barrages from the other side of the map. He's nearly got that Muramana transformation coming on through. He'll be building towards that Bloodthirster afterwards, and this will get tricky. In fact, he might even be able to afford something like a Cyrilus or a little Dominic's even.
I would imagine he'll go for Bloodthirster. Just go towards that Bloodthirster. Photic, we were wondering whether he'd go towards something like the Serpent's Fang. He hasn't. I can't help but feel like that's a mistake. Someone needs it. Maybe Rookie could go for it as well, but he doesn't really want to do it when he's the more bursty champion. He has harder time applying an AoE in the same kind of fashion. So Top Esports, they have full value shields. Jackie Love can go towards the Bloodthirster, be even harder to kill, and it makes it so much easier for them to just play extended fights around extended Tregacies. They have those extra shields, and they can go forwards with such impunity.
Another one lands. It's not going to be followed up with this time, but Rookie's still chunked out. Decided to take that particular root caller option. It would have been the Call of the Void, I think. Teleport behind from Shanji, but he's on a ward. And the rest of Top Esports say, yeah, well, we'll come and stop you. You better run away and run fast.
Shanji on the retreat, and this retreat might just get caught out. He's been cut off at the pass, being thrown into the Chasm of Doom. What's your favorite color, Shanji?
I think it's going to be that he doesn't know, and a big old fling into the grey screen. Maybe that counts as a color in this regard.
Yeah, what's that? The average what's the average flight speed of a cannon going back towards the fountain? Pretty fast in that one. He quickly makes the retreat, but cannot make it happen. Top Esports, they've been way better in the early game this time. NIP, game 1, much better in the early game, but they had the scaling issues. This time it has been all Top Esports winning on both sides of the map for the grand majority of the game. Herald goes into mid lane, even more golden pocket, and they can start just rolling back towards these resets now. Bloodthirster built in for Cream as well. It is so hard for NIP to kill the carries.
NIP are staring down the abyss of a 0-6 series score. Shanji was hanging around here for so long, and then the moment he knows he's a known quantity, because there's a warden that's been pinged out before this, and then he just gets collapsed on. He was looking for the flank. It does not work.
This is another issue for NIP. Shanji's been going heavily towards different champions to try and find his new comfort pick. He's tried the Shyvana, tried the cannon. None of them have looked fantastic, and now NIP, they are on the retreat once again. They pull out some flashes, some ultimates. Neither of them really buy what they want. They get a safe-ish retreat, but they're forced away from the top side. And now suddenly, without that flash on Dwo and that culling on Rookie, I don't even know if they can defend the Baron.
Be very hard. The Brushmaker keeps on coming on forwards. Aki gets engaged onto. Mako is there. He's taken pretty low. But managed a Solar Flare on the other side. Aki in danger. Cream into the backline, looking to get the kills. Will not quite secure it. Everyone stays alive, but again, more summoners popped.
So if Aki had died, that would have been an easy Baron start. They probably should go towards it anyway. You've got the teleport from Shanji, and you got the flash from him. Maybe they were afraid of him ulting into the place. They are going to go for a safe reset as it stands. They'll have to defend their mid lane out of turret 2. Dragon also spawning, so multiple objectives up and around Top Esports, not pouncing just yet.
Worth noting as well, Cream burned both the flash and the barrier there. If NIP were to find their way back in, an ult from, say, Aki that lands onto the Zeri could well be the start of that.
Could be, but if he's exhausted again, it makes it so much harder. Recall almost stopped there, but Jack Love prescient there, doing a blind ult into that brush. Cream has gone towards the top side to push out that wave. He's going to be a little bit late to the Dragon if he does choose to do that at that point. He can E over the wall to make his rotation a little quicker as Top Esports look to exhaust Rookie, which means it's not there for Shanji now. That could be a mistake.
It could be. The flash away keeps him alive. Pulled over the wall by 369. Kennen denied.
Walls are not your friend! Leona isn't either, going in for a secondary engage. Rookie caught, trying to kite his way back.
Mako goes down, but Jaw will be traded out as the supports get split in the respective enemy camps. Photic running away. Remember, has no flash, gets hit with a root caller. Just about has enough tenacity to get out to safety. Daisy comes over the wall, and Cream throws down an Ultra Shock laser that claims Rookie's life.
NIP learning the hard way. The walls have eyes. They have a Zeri. They have so many people flying over the wall, and the Cassante can bring you into them as well. Top Esports take care of Shanji. Shanji has had a dreadful cannon game. He has not had the team fights he wanted.
What about the life of Brian? How about the death of NIP? They are having a rough old time here in game 2.
The gold leaders just exploded out of nowhere. They haven't needed a Baron. They take down one inhibitor turret. They take down a second one now, and Jackalove 5-0-2, Cream 2-1-2. They've not really been they've not really been reached by NIP. NIP have really, really struggled. Rookie's not got the damage he needed to. He's been playing defensively. Photic's been caught out of position. I don't think he's gone the right build. He probably did need himself a Serpent's Fang to get through some of these shields. And then Shanji, he's had a shocker. Yeah, the exhausted. This is the golden moment. Rookie has just
got flash.
Just exhausted. Shanji has that flash, but he stands between K'Sante and the wall. He stands between K'Sante and the wall. We have seen this champion for years at this point. If you cannot understand that the K'Sante will use that wall to bring you out, I don't know what to say. You cannot allow yourself to have that suboptimal ultimate. That is shocking from Shanji, and it might even have just cost themselves that team fight.
The issue was that it wasn't shocking. That Storm should have done a lot more work than it did. Instead, it runs into the lightning rod that is 369's K'Sante. That root caller landing as well. It's a good cleanse from Photic, but you're still having to run all the way back to your tier 2, and it doesn't even keep you properly alive then either.
Yeah, so, yeah, the walls have eyes. The walls are not your friends. Kasane's going to bring you through one of them. Zeri's going to hop over one, and you might even see... And, yeah, he lives in your sink. He's going to be there staring out of the plug hole. NIP, they have got themselves into a bit of a horrific situation here. It is now a game of what feels like survival horror.
Yes, I am looking at this, and the problem is there's not a lot of surviving to be done, but quite a lot of horror on quite a number of levels. NIP have 6 scrubs and only 1 turret. That speaks quite a lot about where things are at. The gold lead is Monumental Jaw, chunked out by Jackie-Love. That's supposed to be your tank Ornn, who's taken down by 2/3 HP by a combo from an Ezreal.
That is a bit of an issue, folks. NIP, they don't have their tanks online. They've fallen too far behind now, and this is the problem. You need to play front to back, and you need to have the cannon threatening the back line at the same time. Dwar has his Frozen Heart, which is fine, but then the problem is it doesn't affect Ezreal Q either, which is a bit of an issue. And even now, Cream has, with his ultimate and then also the static shift, mixed damage, which is very, very powerful at this point in the game anyway.
Why is Jaw going towards a Spectre's Cowl and a double AD carry? I know there's some mixed damage, but surely a Warden's Mail at least.
Yeah, no comment. Top Esports starting up on that Baron, and NIP, it feels like they've lost a little bit to themselves, a little bit to the shopkeeper, and a lot of it to Top Esports.
Oh, that's a lot of that, and Top Esports coming out on top. Into the back line goes Mako by so much time. He's the one who gets the kill onto the Ornn, no less. 369 all out. It's a big old lightning storm, but a slicing Maelstrom will not find any way to cut into the back line of Top Esports. 2 dead, and they turn straight back to Baron.
The exhaust wasn't even needed onto the cannon. That's how far gone this game has gotten. Top Esports get themselves 3 kills turned back towards the Baron, and the oh my god, 369 is murdering him.
He's keeping going. I'd missed that Rookie had fallen as well, so making a 3rd, and that's the 4th. Cream's here to make it a full team ace, or it would have been if Aki could stick along. He does not. He falls down, and no one gets to respawn in time. Baron comes on through, and Top Esports, they are toying with their food.
Top Esports, they have exploded this game. First game was a bit more of a fight back, and they managed to do so. They pinned down the right targets, and then this time it has been all guns blazing right from the start of the game. Plays in bot lane, matched with weak side players in top side, winning out for Shanji, well, for 369 and for Mako. Top Esports, they have not let go of the accelerator pedal.
Oh man, Rookie in danger, dodged out from that Q3 just about, but the last inhibitor falls. In goes Daisy, the 6th man this game. The knockup comes on through to very little avail indeed. Half HP for NIP. At least they've got defender's advantage for all that matters. They are sitting in a mottle and woad forward, whatever it's called. I forget what it's called. Wattle. It's got a name. It's when you do mud defenses, but it's all being watched away as I forget the name of my ancestral castles. All the while, Top Esports in danger. Another coming crashing on down with some lightning. Aki in danger. In goes Mako with another Zenith blade, a call of the Forge God that is sending him into the afterlife. 369 all out. Rookie gets a culling down, but the only thing being deleted is the health bars. A triple kill to Jackie-Love seals out a dismal series from NIP. Top Esports 3-2. NIP 0-6. It's not a nip slip, it's a nip fall.
We had some lightning rat on lightning rat violence at the end as Zeri took down Cannon. NIP, this is going from bad to worse. They haven't found their new comfort. I think they had to go back to something resembling Spring, even if it's not fit for the current meta. It just hasn't worked for them. Where's the Talia? Where's the AP roaming mids from Rookie? That has worked out so much better for them. Top Esports, they can do whatever the hell they want. They are versatile. They're afforded that. They have played best in multiple styles. NIP, they were typecast. They were a very specific team for a specific meta in Spring. If they can't find that again, and they've tried for this long to find a new meta, I don't know what to say to them. You have to go back to what was working for you, even if it doesn't fit the current AP jungle AD mid meta.
And my problem is as well, is it feels like a lot of these players are in positions where they should be able to do something in grouped up moments, and players look horribly unconfident, horribly discoordinated, especially if the game, for whatever reason, ends up in an even state. That play from Shanji in the mid lane, where he gets ulted out the wall, but he's looking for the flank in bot lane, dithers around, goes back to mid lane, gets called out. That speaks of deeper issues to me than just champion pools. It speaks to issues in terms of just what the hell you want to do as a team.
There's a lot going wrong with this team, and we'll come back out of our last game of the day. Hello, folks. Welcome. I'm Nymaera, also known as Alex. This is my brother, Sam,
Hello.
also known as Initialise. We keep covering the LPL on days where there's not an English broadcast, on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and because we are professional casters, you've seen us on LEC and LPL, we thought we'd do a good job of it with the co-streaming rights and a clean feed. We hope you're enjoying yourselves, and if you have been enjoying yourselves, please drop a like, a subscribe, a follow, a whatever on whatever platform. Everything means a lot to us, because we're not paid for this. We're doing this in our off days, and in the case of myself, I'm ruining my voice for this too. Sam, I believe you're going to do your own stream. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Pleasure.
And yeah, absolutely, go follow Sam.
Please do.
He's in the title of the Twitch and in the YouTube as well. Go find him on his different socials. He is a wonderful co-caster and an even better brother as well. I hope you've been enjoying yourselves, and we'll wait for the MVP to come through. And yes, thank you very much, Amber, for reminding me as well. If you do enjoy watching the LCK and the LEC, you can find on YouTube, and if you're watching on YouTube, you'll be able to go find this pretty easily as well. Some podcasts over on Richard's Wrath channel on YouTube, which we cover European League of Legends and on EuroLeague and LCK League of Legends in the Complaints truck. So if that's your kind of thing, go watch it.